All right, let's talk about example 7. Okay, so 7 is going to be pretty similar to the way we laid out previous part drawings. It's a bit more complicated, um, but this right here will be the front view. So if we are standing over here and looking this way, that's going to be the front. So we've got some parts that are hidden. So we're going to have, this line here and this edge here will be hidden from the view on this side. So we'll have some hidden lines. We'll also have some hidden lines that represent this edge and this edge that we can't see. And then from the right side view, we're going to be standing this way and looking in this direction. So we'll see, quite a few visible lines that represent all of these edges here and here and here and here. And so that could be one of the more complex views. And then the tricky one is actually ends up being the top view, because from the top, these are actually hidden. So this edge here and this edge here will have to be represented as hidden lines too. So I've started drawing some of it, but the layout is really similar to previous parts. So I just did some, basic construction lines that were offset. And so if I turn the construction layer off, you'll be able to see what we've got. So this is a complete side view, actually, or front view, sorry, of of the part 7, example 7. So here is our hidden line that represents the end of the slot that goes down the middle. So there's an edge in there that's hidden, and then you've got the kind of undercut edges right here as well that are represented as hidden lines. So we've got this view, which is the right side, and we're going to have basically all visible lines on this one, because we'll be able to see down through most of the features that are on that side view. So, all right, so if we turn this back on, let's see, I'm going to go back to the drawing real quick. So again, we're standing over here, we're looking in this direction. So you're going to have a line here that represents this edge, and then another line here that represents that edge. So you can see from here, we've got, if we do a 1-inch offset right there, we'll get this edge. So we could do an offset construction line for that. And then we've got a 5/8 gap here, and then we'll get another offset for this edge here. You're gonna have to do a little bit of math to figure out this distance here and this distance here, because we've got 1 inch, but it doesn't give us this dimension. So, but it does give us the overall width. So 2 5/8 up here is the overall width. And then you're gonna have to do a little bit of adding and subtracting, mostly subtracting, to figure out the width of these little guys right there. These angles, I think, are probably the most tricky. So I'll go ahead and set those up. So we've got a 3/4 inch offset from here to here. And then we've got a 60-degree angle from here to here. And those are the dimensions that are given. So we'll have to work off of those dimensions right there. And then we've got a 1/2 inch down too. So we've got, you can see right here, we've got 1/2 down to this, the bottom of this cutout here. So let's work with the 3/4 and the 60 for right now. So we're going to go offset 0.75. right there. And then we can go ahead and draw a construction line. And I'm going to switch to the construction layer. So in this situation, this is 0. And then as we come up, we get 30. And there's 60. I don't really, I'm not going to do it by eye, just like that. I'm going to press the tab key, and tab over to the angle. And I'm going to go ahead and type 60 right there. And then escape. Okay, so I drew this on the wrong layer, but let's just switch that real quick. Escape. Okay, and then, so if this is the top, if we go a ½ inch down, let's just go back to the drawing and look at that again real quick. So a ½ inch down from the top is going to be this line right here. Let's go ahead and offset 0.5, enter. And this is the top line. And it looks like I've already offset that. So there's the offset 0.5 construction line right there. Okay, so then if we switch to our 0 layer, select the line tool, and then we can connect these guys right here. Escape. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn off the construction layer. And there we go. So we've got the beginning of this line here. I'll go ahead and show you an easier way to draw the rest of this. So if you drew just the left side, if you offset all of your, your lines on that side. Let's go back to the construction layer. All right. So the overall width of this part is 2 5/8. So that's going to be, half of that is going to be 1 5/16. So let's see here. Just doing some math real quick. Okay, so 5/16 is 0.3125. So 1.3125 would be the exact middle of this part going vertically, basically. Okay, so let's create an offset 1.3125. There. Okay. So then if we, and you can draw the rest of the features on the first half of this drawing. There's going to be 2 more visible edges. And then we'll go ahead and we'll click mirror, which is right there. Select objects. I'm going to select this and this. Specify mirror line. Bring that from there to there. I hit enter, or I hit escape and not enter. Excellent. Let's do that again. Okay, mirror, select objects. This one and this one. And then mirror line, enter. Okay. Escape, and we'll turn the construction layer off. Okay. So had you drawn the visible edges that were here and here, you could also mirror those over at the same time, and you would get, the majority of your geometry for this view mirrored over. The top view is pretty similar, so you're going to have to do an angled, You could do an angled construction line. There's a 30-degree construction line right there. You could even draw all the geometry and then do a midline and go ahead and mirror the geometry over the mirror line as well. And just don't forget about the hidden lines underneath here and here. You can get those dimensions now also off of your current right side view drawing. So for example, if you wanted to offset a line from this point over to this edge, you're not given that dimension in this view or in this drawing. But we've already figured it out. We've done the math, and you can actually measure distance from here to here is, let's see, 0.4613. So if you, on this view up here, wanted to offset a line 0.4613 to find out where that hidden line is, you know, that's available too, because you've done all the math. The math is the same up here. You can just measure now off of, you can measure off both views. You can measure off this one and this one if needed. That's pretty helpful. So 3-view drawing based off of our, you know, the dimensions given that in that isometric, and you should be good to go. Let me know if you have more questions.